Welcome back to another episode of the Book of Alpha-Runomy, where we embrace all of the principles of manhood and masculinity so that men around the world can finally re-grasp their alpha energy. Let's do that now. What's going on, my homies in the Alpha Sphere? It is your man, BOA. I am back for some more top-notch boss game. Today, what I will discuss with you men is the reason that women show more respect to their sons than they show to the men in their lives that they're attempting to establish intimate relationships with, even the fathers of their sons. Now, this has to do with the fact that when a woman is in her natural feminine essence, when her feminine energy is allowed to rise to the top and be promoted as the true essence of her being, she is at her happiest. She may not want to admit this, and she may not even know this. It may be a subconscious thing occurring in her. But even if you take a butch lesbian and impregnate her, during the final stages of her pregnancy, all the way through to delivery, even into the toddler life of the child, and even far on into the child's life, she will always be feminine, because that is the essence of what she was put here to do. She was put here to reproduce. Why does that not translate to her dealings with other men? You see, subconsciously, she has pitted her sons against you. Even if you are the father of her son, she has pitted her son against you. The Book of Alpha-Runomy, Mankind versus Manhood, available now at bookofalpharunomy.com. Use discount code MANHOOD at checkout and receive a special bonus gift, the Complicated Man EP. Thanks in advance for your support. You see, she views the great feminine energy that she feels as a mother as innocent, as something that she can protect, because she can control her son. So she can control what he does with that energy. She can control if he uses that energy to his advantage to, quote unquote, hurt her feelings, to, quote unquote, break her heart, to, quote unquote, use her. This is terminology that women use when they define their interaction with men in relationships. These are the things that they say take place in those relationships. But she will never have to worry about that with her son, because he is the reason for the greatest feminine feeling she's ever had in her life. Her true essence has only been experienced in one situation in her life, and that is procreation and motherhood. So you see, when she views you, you are the antithesis of that particular safe haven. You are the one who is trying to corral those feelings that are in that emotional safe haven and bring them over to be applied to you. But when they're applied to you, she cannot control them. They are beyond her influence. She just has to deal with the consequences of your actions based on the fact that you have that level of emotional control over her now. This is why so many women who have sons will not and cannot become truly attached to a man, because there are certain emotional things that will not take place between a mother and her son in most situations. We do know that there are some pockets in the United States and around the world where stranger things have happened. But I mean, in normal society, for lack of a better way to put it, her outlook on you is that you are not safe. She will not revere you. She will not respect you. She will not truly love you, because she does not want to give you that amount of control in her life. But her son from toddler age can have that amount of control in her life. I've heard little boys talk to their mother all sideways. I've heard little boys tell their mother what they're not going to do, tell their mother to shut up, hit their mother, abuse their mother pretty much. And nothing is done. The woman doesn't say anything. She does not have the energy to lash out at that child. You see, the Oedipus complex, where a boy wants his mother to be his woman, or he views his mother as his woman, he only does that because that complex is perpetuated by his mother. There are boys out here who are 11 and 12 years old and still sleeping in bed with their mothers. As a man, there is nothing you can do about this. When you meet a woman and you notice that her son is a mama's boy, you must avoid any type of intimate interaction with her outside of pure physical intimacy. She is not emotionally capable of giving you the things that you need in a relationship with a woman, because all of that emotional energy is being spent on her son. I've seen women call their sons their man. They've told them, this is the only man in my life. They've called him their boo. They'll call him their soulmate. I've heard all types of weird terminology being used in these situations when a woman is simply defining her child. I've seen photos online. I know you've seen them as well. There are photos all over of women being in very compromised positions with their sons, toddler sons, older sons, even teenage sons. Because in her mind, this is not about the emotional energy that a woman wants. This is about the emotional energy that she needs to complete her life cycle as a woman. Women need the love of a man. Any woman who has never had the love of a man is miserable. She has suppressed that misery by trying to cover it with stuff and things and degrees and accolades and all of these things and false beautification tactics that they use. All of these things are just meant to cover up the emptiness that she feels from not being able to receive the love of a man. So what does she do? She pours that love into her son. And she doesn't know that she's clouding the love line. You see, there's a love line where it is in a woman to submit to a man, but rather than submit to you, she would rather submit to her sons. So all the reverence and all of the respect that she should be trying to give you as the man she is trying to be in a relationship with, she just gives it to her sons instead. That is why her sons can talk to you any kind of way. You say something back, she wants to get in your face. That is why her sons' fathers are nowhere around, because no real man is going to look at a woman who is showing reverence and respect to her little boys and then wants to turn around and not give you the same reverence and respect. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It's not the same if a woman has a daughter. If you don't believe me, go do this experiment. Date a woman with a son, date a woman with a daughter. Totally different experience, man. The woman with the daughter is more afraid of something happening to her daughter. But once she gets to know you and believes in her heart that you're not the type that's going to harm a child in any kind of way, she's wide open. She'll fall head over heels. I mean, she'll be everything that you thought you want a woman to be. But a woman with a son will never do that. She can't. It is not in her to do, because the Oedipus complex is real. And we cannot blame the Oedipus complex on the child who is in a developmental stage and has no earthly idea what's going on. He just knows that being the way he is with his mother is comfortable. It is up to her to weed him away from that, to wean him off of that life. But she can't, because she needs the emotional love, the emotional respect, the emotional commitment of a man. And since she cannot bring herself to be feminine enough, open enough, willing enough with an adult male in an intimate relationship, she simply loves her son as if he is her man. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to whenever I upload some more of this top-notch boss game. And as always, alpha's up, beta's down. Peace. It's the book of Alpha running, man, homie. Read it or weep.